Please don't bore.
Don't bore other kids.
Yo, please don't bore other kids.
Welcome to the second episode of the Seluna Diaries with me, Hope Maluleke.
I've kind of wanted to say that all the time, by the way. Just welcome. She's been saying it all the time in the house, and I've been hearing it in the distance. And I'm probably going to keep hearing it from time to time.
Yeah.
I guess it was in preparation for this. So,
welcome. This is the second episode of the Seluna Diaries with me, Hope Maluleke. And as you can see today, I have a guest with me, my lovely brother. Would you be so kind so as to introduce yourself?
All right. So I am Tako Terence Maluleke, older brother. Have you told them how big our family is? I guess.
Actually, I haven't.
Anyway, sorry.
We're getting distracted.
So I am a visual developer based in Soweto. So what visual developer does is we kind of establish the environments, the characters of an animation, of a feature film, just the visuals, how things look, how the characters look. In a sense, we kind of play God in terms of how we establish everything, the style, the look, the feel, just the essence of the animation, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so in today's video, we'll be talking about investing in yourself and the importance of investing in yourself. So my question to you before we get too deep into it is, what does investing in yourself mean to you?
All right. So, by the way, I wasn't briefed about the topic today, so...
We don't do that here, Seluna Diaries.
Apparently we don't do that in Seluna Diaries. We just kind of hijack you. So, it's a good question. Investing in yourself is really finding the thing that is very important to you, and making sure you nurture it, you take care of it, because if you take care of it, it will take care of you. So for me, as a visual developer, I do a lot of things. I always sketch, I always observe people, because there's certain things that characteristics, your style, who are you, I observe everything. And for me, I've sort of started honing down into the specifics of African cultures, street style. So I take as much as I can. I read a lot now, because that informs the kind of things I'm working on at that particular time. There's so much more. It's a very
multifaceted topic, right? Because for me, investing in yourself is about emotionally investing in yourself, mentally investing in yourself, physically, spiritually. So it's a layered topic. So I feel like what you just said to us is more of a part of just many other things.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah, like when you said spiritually invest in yourself, you become surprised in terms of like how all of it ties in together, because you think it's just your career, but when another part of it kind of falls short, most of it has kind of collapses. So like spiritually, you have to make sure you are, I feel like you are, I don't know what's the word, wholesome, like you are
wholesome human being.
Yeah, you know. And it doesn't matter like what you believe in. It's kind of like whatever feels your purpose, you really have to chase it and make sure you grab it with both hands and emotionally as well. I think I don't know if you want to speak to that in terms of emotionally. What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by emotionally investing in yourself? I think it's more of a... Okay, let me just explain this whole concept of what I think, or what my way of investing in myself is. And it comes down to, reading would be investing in yourself. And I recently got into fitness and all of that stuff. And I see the impact that it has. So that's also like physically, but also mentally taking care of myself. so that I can. It also plays a role in being prospering in all your other aspects of life.
Yeah.
So emotionally
It's
investing
kind of like
in
if
myself.
you feel good,
Yeah.
you have that sort of drive to.
Yeah. So emotionally investing in myself would be not putting myself in situations which don't emotionally feed me. So where you putting yourself in situations
that's actually
where
very good. Like what you're speaking to right now is something I run into my craft, because I run into places where I'm working on projects that do not make me happy, and that kills me inside. And in doing that, I'm not protecting the thing I love, because I'm sort of like polluting it. I'm making it a unpleasant thing.
an unpleasant
So
space.
you have to protect your craft in terms of like choose the right things that fit your sensibilities, that fit you.
What is the importance of investing? So we've talked about what it is. Why is it so important?
Okay, so it's important to kind of invest in yourself, because and this is sort of like, if I had to answer it financially, you wanna be in a place where you are free to move. You are free to do the things you love and not worrying about your next paycheck. So
Money is freedom.
yeah, it gives you that sense of security. It's not like fully secure, but it gives you that sense of security, and you are able to sort of channel your mind into other things more freely, because you're not worried about the most immediate things, and it has investing yourself has a compound effect, which is very, very important. To start small, because that small thing grows into something you wouldn't have imagined from the first sort of attempt. So that is very important. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Like at some point, it's just like a snowball starts and becomes an avalanche, and that's like investing in you create more opportunities the more you create.
Okay.
Ooh! Boss! That's a bar, I think. I was winning there. I was like,
Dropping bars. Okay.
anyway.
As we're still on the topic of financially investing in yourself, we are going through a lot, guys. As the world, we are going through a whole pandemic. So, how would you say you are staying positive about the future and just believing that your goals are still attainable, still achievable? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough time. It's a tough time for me, mostly emotionally. So I think I'm gonna start, like, in terms of my work. I've kind of moved my whole studio to work home, and I've done that before the pandemic. And
So you were kind of ready in between.
yeah, I was kind of lucky. Just things were just right on time for me to start moving and working from home, and that has been great. And I feel like most people are going to start moving to that. People are going to start moving from home because they're seeing the values. Even companies are seeing the value of working from home.
Comfortability of the own space.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and there's like other expenses that are not necessary, but I'm sure with this move there's going to be other expenses that are going to compensate for the fact that everyone is working from home. There's so many things to kind of take into account, and emotionally though, the pandemic has hit me. I feel I haven't been able to see my family as much as I want, and sometimes that, like we said, in terms of emotionally investing into yourself emotionally, it hinders every other aspect of. So you would think,
Get so blocked.
you get, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you think everything in terms of if your career is moving along great, but if you're not intact emotionally, the emotions will hinder that. I think I'm a pretty emotional person, pretty sensitive, so not sensitive. Maybe sensitive. Let's go with sensitive.
Okay.
So those things do kind of get into the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then coming from a creative's perspective, because I mean you're a creative, and traditionally speaking, whenever, let's say for example, whenever a child wants to, especially within the black families, black community, wasn't the case for you, but most of the time,
You'll be surprised. Let's get this question.
that traditionally when you want to move into a, because my feel with everything that's happening right now is that people might feel the need to move into more of a corporate kind of sector or industry rather, because it has some sort of more security than maybe being a creative would.
Yeah.
So let's say as someone who was about to get into the creative space and just make a career out of this, being a creative and all of that stuff, how do I not now say, you know what, actually this is tricky. This is tricky. Let me rather go find a job quickly that can feed me, feed my family, pay my bills and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Security is important. I'll try to speak about it on kind of like different levels. So if you're already in a job that is secure, but is not like, if it's like a corporate job and you're not like a corporate inclined person, don't quit your job yet. Relax. Work, but dedicate some time into your other hobby, because like I said, that the idea of investing in yourself has compound effect. So if you don't start, nothing happens. But if you add a little bit, that little bit will become such a significant part of wherever you're going. It will be such a significant part. So if you are juggling jobs, make sure you are doing that. Make sure you're juggling. Make sure you are taking a load that you can sort of, make sure you are biting it like enough. Don't bite more than you can chew. Juggle both things. And then in terms of what did you ask specifically? In terms, you were asking, how do I stay
As a creative, how do you stay on the path of nurturing this dream, this goal, this thing, and not just quickly run to a more safer
yes,
job?
that's the thing I wanted to jog my memory on. Because people are moving more into creative roles as well, creative industries, and that's good. That's very important, because people are gonna be a lot more productive. Corporate can get a lot more like stagnant and stiff and rigid and soul sucking. So people are not as productive as they want to be. So what's important is that you nurture your skill. Once you nurture your skill, especially in the creative, it's a very competitive space. It's a in different industries, it's very small, but it's very competitive. Make sure your skill is practiced. It's people think the creative space is the easy way out. Nah, it's really not. I really want to make that clear. Make sure you are practicing. Make sure your skill is you are trying to reach a mastery that separates you from other people. Once you reach that mastery, you are undeniable. Like you'll be able to create more opportunities for yourself and other people around you.
I laugh because I remember one of your Instagram stories was like, "Don't bore other kids."
Please don't bore.
Don't bore other kids.
Yo, please don't bore other kids. Oh, just please don't bore other kids, because it's a very important thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
it is.
It's like if you're gonna regurgitate everything that is happening around you, it's okay when you're starting out, but don't let that be your identity.
Your thing.
Don't let that be your thing. It gets a little bit. Things get old quick, especially now. And I'm not saying let's jump onto the next thing, but create something that is very unique, something that is you. You are unique.
Yeah.
Like trying to be unique is paradoxical. Like you are already unique, so just create from you. Don't create. Take inspiration from the world. Yes, have that feed, have that feed you, have that refine your skills, have that use the world to refine your skills. But ultimately, you have to take initiative at some point to bring in a new idea, and that takes thinking. That takes really seriously digging deep.
Then, whilst we on that, let's move on to something that is still within investing in yourself, and the importance of investing in yourself is manifesting, and it's a popular word on these Twitter streets.
Yeah.
So, what is it? Like, what's your take on manifestation?
Yeah, it's very important. Like that, my take is that like ideas, they live in your head, so they don't exist yet. Like it doesn't exist yet. You haven't made it a thing. Like I think about it as this is reality. This is matter. This is real. Sometimes what we're talking about is real. So when you have an idea, say it, write it, make it the thing, make it a thing. Like you don't have to execute it yet, but have it exist. Talk about it with your friends. Let it take a life of its own, because once you say it
becomes more attainable.
It becomes alive. Yeah, it becomes attainable. It becomes more alive. It will guide you as well. So that's the idea of manifestation. It's like you thought about it, and now it's existing, and now we're talking about it. We're putting loopholes around it. Now we are getting excited about having our mind sort of fix these loopholes that we've created. So that's
manifesting, and just saying things can be one thing, but if you don't work towards them, then they don't really become anything.
Yeah, they don't.
They
don't.
require
They
manifestations
don't.
require action.
They require action. Yeah, but I think once you've said it, that's action. So you've already sort of like started the wheel. Don't stop.
But then you also need to not just speak about it, because then that means you're just blabbing on about this thing that you're not actually working towards.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And once you start working on it, be consistent. That's another.
Be consistent, guys. Be consistent in your lives. And this lady was talking about faking it till you make it. It was all about self and just being aware of yourself and attaining your goals. That was the whole topic. And she spoke about faking it till you make it. So what's your take on that?
Yeah.
Considering the fact that whole phrase, it can be very negative in a sense.
Yeah, it's for me, most things, I think, like my general, I don't know, like my temperament towards these things is mostly gray, because things are not as black and white, so for me, my thing with that is that understanding what it is to fake it, because sometimes when you fake it till you make it, you might be taking away from the thing that is very important. So faking it to the idea of
what do you
faking.
mean you might be taking away the thing that is important? Are you talking about the process?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So when you fake it, some people take it as an assumption of you've already arrived. So you are sort of like skipping steps to kind of look like you've arrived, and that could, for me, sometimes seem as like a self-esteem thing. You need to take care of your self-esteem and make sure that you are okay with where you are, because you know that there's steps to take. But at the same time, that sentiment of faking it till you make it, it's good because you are taking that position. So for me, that's what I'm saying. Things are great, like a little bit great, because I do that sometimes. I fake certain things because
it's more like
I assume
acting
the
as
position.
though as you've attained it.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a different word. Like fake it till you make it might be a little bit harsh, but taking that position of the possible places you're gonna go is very important, because you start sort of meeting people who are already there. So you are sort of associating yourself with them, and you want to be part of that group. You want to be cool, but not cool, but you want to be where they are. So you are sort of like rubbing shoulders with them, it might look fake, but you are just assuming your position because
Taking up space.
you're taking up that space. And you have to, while you're there, try your best to be in that moment. It's hard because you feel like you're an imposter. You feel like you shouldn't be there. But
Don't you think that feeling is dangerous at times?
no, it is. It is. It is, but it's normal.
It's normal.
What I'm saying is, when you do feel it, allow it, like feel it. But you know that when you have a destination, you're like, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling uncomfortable, but it's alright. I'm okay to feel uncomfortable. It's
I think it's better when you're saying I'm feeling this way and it's okay.
Yeah.
Instead of I'm feeling this way, I'm a back down. I can't.
No.
I'm just gonna exit. Okay.
But is your dream big enough? Because sometimes when people back down, it's just that the dream is not big enough. They have other things to do that they can just jump onto. But sometimes when your dream is strong enough and you've been able to visualize it, and things are clear, it's so hard to back down. You will keep going.
So I think it also comes to the saying, Yabuti, what do they say again? If it doesn't scare you, then it's not big enough.
Yeah, we have a big sisters here, but say hi from the distance. There you go. We're just including you. She's just making sure we don't use curse words, and she's making sure that
Things are in
the
order.
siblings are in order because she's
Best
a very
behavior.
orderly person.
Yee.
I'm kidding. Ubarit.
Somebody.
Is she sleeping?
Okay.
Add on to that because if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Sometimes it's too big that it scares you away.
Yeah, but it makes sense because it's like you want to create, like you don't want to create a goal that, like the idea of arriving. Because what does it mean when you're there? Does that mean now the dream is done? Because that's the idea. If it's scary, it means it's very ambitious. So that's why for me sometimes my dream, I have milestones, but it's not like it ends there and then I've reached my dream. The most important thing, and what I'm finding is that I enjoy it less when I've achieved that thing. But when I'm doing it, I'm having the most fun. I'm having the most fun while I'm in the moment. I'm grinding. It's crunch time. I'm in the midst of it. I'm getting notes. I'm receiving notes. I'm getting bad notes. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling up. I'm happy about the review. I'm happy about the process. We are making this movie. We are in the process. Once we go into accolades and we've done the movie, I've lived that movie. I can't watch it again. I can't. You know what I mean? So just keep going. The idea is just to keep going. Find more things. Find more fun things. Create those steps. Keep going. That's my. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in.
This is where we wrap it up.
Yeah, this will be the platform for I think I really like what you're doing because this is gonna be a very important platform for people your age, people my age, and I think as the channel grows as well, it will just encompass a lot of the things that you love and the sort of interest that you show in other people. So to show that interest, and it's that bike is gonna be All right. Anyway, so what we were saying is that I think the channel itself is going to encompass a lot of the things that you love, and it's going to be great. A lot of people are going to I learn a lot from the content I watch from YouTube. It's one of the most crucial part of my learning. I listen to podcasts, I listen to conversations. So this will be that platform that will sort of catapult a lot of people who are watching.
That's it.
We're wrapping up.
It's been great. It's been
I don't want to wrap up. We could probably
forever. The sun's going down. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is it for the second episode of the Saluna Diaries. Thank you so much to my guest, and for dropping bars, because that's what we do on this channel. We drop bars.
Yeah.
So,
That's what we do.
if you are new to my channel and this is the kind of content that you like, please do click the subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like, comment, share, tell your friends and family, and they friends and they family, and they friends and they family. This is it, the Seluna Diaries.